Can you guys hear me? No? Yeah, I'm here. Okay. You guys, I know I can because I heard you in your thing. Sorry about that. I have no idea what happened. That just goes with everything that's going on today. So what I was saying was, what had happened was, thanks for everybody being in here, especially with that. But what had happened was, Jay and I were filming the Patreon commentary for Alien Romulus, right? So I have this like WWE microphone set up now because I went to come into the live stream immediately after that because I didn't find the news till after that because my phone was going off. I haven't even looked at the story yet. I haven't even read the story yet, but we're filming that. My phone was going off, so I threw it across the room because I was afraid it was going to pick up with the thing. Anyways, created this real quick to jump in here and talk to you guys. We've literally already sent out 3 YouTube notifications over the past 24 hours. So this live stream didn't even go out to our subscribers because it only does 3 a day, right? So that's one thing. And then when I went to set it up and turn the thing on, my fucking mic didn't work anymore. So my freaking mic, sorry, YouTube. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what happened. We're going to find out. Let's find out. As Steven said, get it up. I am a freak. I'm a freak and all sorts of. You got a notification? Hell yeah. You know what? Maybe it is my. Apparently, it's my lucky day. So tell me this is not bullshit, right? Tell me that I'm not to turn this on and it's going to be some weird poo-poo crap. I don't know. Let's look at the thing together. It's like unwrapping a present on Christmas. I hope it's a Nintendo 64. I don't know what we're going to get, but let's find that article here. I actually got the shakies a little bit. That's how excited I am right now. I know it's really pathetic. I'm excited though. Okay. We're going to read together. Matthew Lillard coming back for Scream 7. There he is. Live her alone. No spoiler alert here. Exclusive no spoiler alert here. I don't know what that means. Matthew Lillard, who played Stu Mocker in the first 1996 Scream movie, is returning to the franchise for Spyglass Paramount Scream 7. How is that possible? We will see. Does Stu have a twin? No, that's stupid. Why would they bring back Roman today and then Stu also has his twin? It's not like there's 2 twins. So that's not going to happen. Last we saw the horror movie Obsessed Stu, he was chasing Nev Campbell Sidney 29 years ago. Yada, yada, yada. Okay, we're just talking about like, so that's all we got? Whoa, what is this? What is my mom and dad are going to be so mad at me. Holy shit. What did he say? Dude, there's no way that this is real. There's no way this is real right now. What does it mean? I don't know what to do with myself right now. Is the audio bad? Is the audio bad, Tomo? Is it weird sounding? That would be my luck right now. Terrible handwriting. Yeah, for sure. Does the audio sound weird? Sorry, like I said, when I try to sign on here and do this, my mic just decided to take a poop at the worst time. Audio's fine. Okay, good. Thank you. Glad to know that. Get it up, baby! That's it's real. It's happening. So, like, what the fuck does it mean, though? Like, what does it mean? I don't know. What do you guys think? I got to see what you guys are saying because I'm fucking tweaking out. He's tweaking. Let him fucking tweak. That Stu Lives merch is about to sell out. Dude, been saying it. How long have we been saying it? How many fucking times have we been saying that shit's real? That it's going to happen one day. I don't know how it's going to happen. I don't want to count my eggs before they fucking be right back. But like, that's awesome, dude. That's awesome. We just said this. When they announced Roman was coming back. Sean, holy shit. We do have a Stu Lives merch in our shop down below. We might make our own as well. But Gary B says, fuck yeah, 2 Scream Lives in one day. I don't even know what to do with myself, dude. This is like the 5th video I filmed today. Jay and I just did a commentary. I'm tweaking. Sean, why, oh, why did they tell us? Can't be more than a flashback now, unless he Hannibal Lecter helped Sydney. Mike, I'm worried. Explain to me, please. So here's what I'm thinking. Katie said the same thing. Oh, that just maybe, what if it's just a flashback? I don't think it's a flashback, you guys. Like, not if they're going to bring back Roman 2. Unless we're doing a goddamn Royal Rumble fucking flashback. Like, by God, that's Stu Mocker's music. I guess that is possible. I mean, yeah, I guess you're right. That is possible if they did a flashback scene, because the events of what happens here somehow ties into the original film. And then they do the flashback talking when Roman's like, they show Roman recruiting Stu and Skeet and all that stuff like that. I mean, that is a possibility for sure. So yeah, that is possible. But as far as telling us, I don't know. Like, if dear big baby Jesus, let me be right about Stu having a cult. Let me just, okay, before we go any further, let me explain to you guys, if you don't know, what my druthers has been with this whole thing, what I've been wanting to see, what I was hoping would happen. I did a video before Scream 6 came out. I was like, this is how you bring Stu back, right? And I'll say it really quick, really brief, because a lot of you guys heard me say this a whole bunch of times before, but Stu had super rich parents, right? When everything went down at the house, all the kids got in the car drunk. They almost ran over Dewey, going to see Principal Henry at the goalpost. And at that same time, you got the sheriff in the movie, who they painted as a red herring the entire time, right? And to me, it'd be very easy to say, I've never thought that Stu was still alive and everybody knew it and we're just not mentioning him. To me, Stu's death was always faked. And my idea was, hey, the sheriff owed his super rich parents a favor, right? You got these kids who easily could have died in a fiery crash because they were drunk driving to the school to see Principal Henry. And you could have done, someone who's a way better writer than me could have done an easy, like, they faked his death, switcheroo, burnt bodies, teeth, dental records, whatever. How you want to, it's possible to write that. And they've been hinted at, in my opinion, in Scream 5, was like, Stu's dead, if you believe that. So in that case, Stu would have been, his parents would have taken him away. They would have moved away. We want to get away from all this stuff with everything that happened in Woodsboro. And then also tying that further into Scream 5, when Dewey's killed, the character is clearly, now I know that we're always loose with this when it comes to Ghostface and the size of the actors and whatever, but just hear me out. When Dewey's killed, it's clearly by a way taller character than either Richie. It was supposed to be Honora. It was supposed to be her that did it, right? She even claimed it. But obviously, if they're being ran by a cult of Stu, why would she admit that she did it? Of course, she would say that she did it. My thoughts was, maybe when he was like, this is an honor, maybe if Stu was running some sort of cult and he was causing all these events in Scream 5, he was like, I want to do this one myself. And he showed up at the hospital to do that kill himself, but he was still running these teenagers. And it's going to be revealed eventually, especially how personal the phone call was when he called Gail in Scream 7. So my idea is, I think it's tieable together to create this thing where Stu's been running this cult these entire past few movies. And then it all ties back to Sydney, obviously. Now, I don't know if that's what they're going to do or not, but that's where my head was at with all this stuff, right? When I've been screaming Stu Lives for the past 4 fucking years. I'm not saying they're going to do that. And especially like with the... It could also be that Roman's back because they show him recruiting Stu and they tell his story eventually. But what your question is, what you're talking about is, why would they give it away right now? I think, with the way Scream goes, dude, Ghostface can't fart a soft fart in the night without some scoop or somebody telling the story of what happened, what went on there. So there's one line of thinking that, hey, maybe they were just like, we're never going to hide this. Let's get people pumped up for it. Let's just market the shit out of it, because we're never going to keep it hidden. On one hand, I kind of get that, because, like, imagine if they tried to keep this hidden and the whole movie was built up to be this big reveal where it was Stu all along, and that was somehow ruined days before the movie came out. It would have just shit on the movie. It would have been terrible. So there's a reality where they're going ahead and saying it right now to just go ahead and move past that. And as Dewey would say, how do you know my, the whole quote, to move about freely. I'm tired of shit right now. I've been talking for like 7 straight hours. So forgive me for not remembering shit. I'm just really jacked up. I'm jacked to the tits right now. So anyways, let's see what else you guys are saying. We'll try to process this together as one. I didn't want to do it alone. Sean says, why? Oh, I just read that. Haunted Horizon says, with Matthew Lillard's stance on Stu being alive and this being such a popular theory, I refuse to believe this is some small throwaway cameo. # Stu Lives, baby. Fuck yes, that's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping for that. Like, on the other hand, it's almost would be just as disappointing if you just announced it with no context and we're just like, Stu's back. You get everybody's hopes up to 1,000, and then like it just turns out to be a small cameo. That's gonna end in disappointment, far more than just announcing he's in the movie when it could have been a surprise. That's gonna disappoint. You can't do that. So I'm thinking maybe there's more to that. Fuck, I hope so. Listen, this is where my brain immediately goes. We talked about this in the stream like 2 hours ago. I think there's a fucking song. I literally said this in that stream. If they're going to announce that Roman's back, what if after that we start getting constant announcements of old Scream characters coming back? You already have Nev. What if Skeet's announced? What if Lillard's announced? What if all these characters are announced? Dewey and David Arquette, like fucking all these things are announced. It'd be genius to do it that way. And then after all the end of the announcements, when we're all just like at the end of our rope, wondering what the hell's going on, they say, yeah, this is New Nightmare Scream. And for anybody that doesn't know, and I'm sure you guys do, New Nightmare Scream would literally, we've been talking about this for years. It would literally be an ode to Wes Craven. By the way, the 7th installment of the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise as well. Kevin Williamson, this is his first directed movie in the Scream franchise, of which he wrote several of the movies for. It would be the ultimate ode to Wes Craven in the 7th film to do their New Nightmare Scream, which is you play it in real life and all the actors play themselves. Matthew Lillard plays himself. Skeet plays himself. Neve Campbell plays herself. And someone wants to recreate the Scream, but they're killing off the actors. And the actual actors have to get together to do it. Now, that sounds crazy and it sounds insane, and you'd have to write it really well to make it work. But Wes Craven made it work somewhat. It's one of the better nightmare entries. And that involved dream demons and all this other shit. This is super simple. Like, if you think about it, like, you know, it's going to pop up in the last reel somewhere, eyes gouged out. This is so simple to do it this way. It's always been a realistic story. It's always been supremely fucking meta. And you don't have to do dream demons. You don't have to do dudes popping out of TVs, tongues popping out of phones. No, like, unfortunately, we live in a society, especially with some of the crazies online, especially in some of the recent Scream fandoms, where it's realistic that someone would throw on a Ghostface outfit from Fun World and go around killing the actors from the Scream movies, trying to recreate them to say something about movies and how they play them. And holy fuck, I think it's super. I think, man, we're closer than we've ever been to New Nightmare Scream. I think that might be what's going on. If I had to guess right now, if you put a gun in my head, that's what I think might be going on right now. I'm unaware. I'm crazy. My brain's mashed potatoes right now. Adrian says those my predictions, because they are eliminating the secrecy surprise aspect to it. Either way, I feel this will be done in a satisfying manner. Awesome. Yes, dude. Like, I agree with you, Adrian. I think I'd be super bummed at this point if it was just a cameo. I don't think it is. Like, I really don't. I could be wrong, but I was right about fucking Stu, wasn't I? Courtney says, I was still with you, Mike. Stu ain't dead. Fucking A, buddy. Do you know? And I say, I'm saying this half kidding or whatever, but do you know how many times I've read on Twitter, on YouTube, on fucking everything for the past 5 years or so? Give it up, you fucking idiot. It's never happening. He's dead. He got a TV dropped on his head. He got stabbed. Well, 50 Cent got shot 9 times, bitch. And this is Hollywood. That's all I'm saying. Sean Higginbottom says the TV fucked up his handwriting. It is a little. Hey, we're old, dude. We're old. The handwriting, it looks like my great grandma's handwriting, and that's fair because we're all getting older. Gamey, whoop-de-doo. What does it all mean, Basil? Had to quote Austin Powers in a moment like this. Yeah, I get it. What does it all mean? Tell me something. JT Grogan says, keep up the amazing fucking work, dude. You keep up the amazing fucking work, dude. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Pablo says, it's a flashback to the first one. Drew Barrymore Carry the 2. Drew Barrymore cameo will be the surprise. Look, that's another person they could bring back into it. Now, that what I said in the last stream was one of the biggest things against them doing a New Nightmare would be how the fuck are they going to pay that cast, right? How the hell are they going to pay that cast? We already know they backed up the Brinks truck to Neve Campbell to bring her back. And they also said she was going to be the focus of this film, which you could still do in a New Nightmare idea. But You got to pay Matthew Lillard, who, by the way, is making a bag right now from Five Nights at Freddy's with William Afton and all that stuff. Bring back Skeet, Drew Barrymore, big name, tons of big names in the Scream franchise. I think they could do it though, right? It's not out of the world. It's not like we're talking about Jenna Ortega or something. Oh wait, I don't know what I'm saying right now. Brandon Taylor, Vindicated. That's a great Dashboard Confessional song. I'm not a big Dashboard guy, but it's a great song. And I somewhat feel vindicated right now. It feels nice in and around the hole. Jordan Cruz says things are adding up to us potentially seeing a version of that original Scream 3 Williamson script. So I even thought in a crazy place in my brain, like, what if they're remaking Scream 3? Or what if they're doing some sort of requel? So the requel's out because Kevin Williamson wouldn't disrespect. He wouldn't want to do that to Wes Craven's films. He would never like erase from history anything Craven directed. So a Scream 3, like weird out-of-pocket remake, it only doesn't work because in that remake, Kevin Williamson's original idea for that, Stu was going to be in jail. They ended up using that idea for the TV show The Following with Kevin Bacon, and Stu was going to be running things from the jail cell. But in this case, we know he's supposedly dead, at least from Scream 6. Now, I wouldn't put it past them to, I would say, retcon 5 and 6 to go back to the Craven universe, but that's not the case because we already know that Mindy and Chad are already cast on this, unless they had some crazy idea and just changed up everything. I highly doubt that though, but I see what you're saying. It's fuck, dude, anything's possible. I feel like Kevin Garnett. Mike, you were right about 2018 Halloween and now Stu. Yeah, we found out the other day that we were a little bit right about a couple of our predictions about Halloween. Might be right about Stu. Fuck, it feels like it. I don't know. It feels good. Adrian says it's just a flashback. The series won't recover. If it's just a flashback, the series won't recover. Look, if it's just a flashback, I think that I don't know what the big plan is, so it's hard for me to judge. I would think announcing it this way, this vague, would be a mistake. If it was just a flashback, I would definitely keep that a secret. That's what I'm saying. Like, so if this were just a flashback, and then they know it's going to be a flashback. This Mike is a fucking WWE piece of shit. If it's just a flashback, then why not at least try to keep it secret? If it's a tiny little thing and it gets out on its own, big deal, big whoop, whatever. We ruined one small spoiler from the movie. So why announce it ahead of the time and try to keep it a secret? So I mean, it could be a flashback. I just don't see it. I don't see them announcing it this early if it was just a flashback without some sort of announcement like, hey, he's not supposed to have a major role. It would be so easy to just leak the deadline. It's not going to be a major role. But Matt Lillard's going to be in the movie, right? Why get that excitement up just to lead to disappointment? That would be bad marketing, in my opinion. But we'll see. Eric says, I'm in the same sinking boat as Jay and was only a fan of the first movie, but I'm happy for you all and you, Mike. I know how long you wanted this. He was the best character in the franchise. I literally texted Jay because we were just filming the Alien Romulus commentary, and I was like, I know I went live right before this, but I'm going live right after this too because they just announced fucking Stu because the Scream franchise hates me and they like to do things at the most inopportune times whatsoever, but I don't care who gives a fuck. Get it up, Stu's back in some form or fashion whatsoever. But appreciate you, Eric. And maybe this one will turn it around for you. Maybe it'll turn around for Jay too. Eventually, Jay's going to have to show his face on this show again. Okay. And I'm going to look at him just like I looked at everybody on Twitter and everybody over the past couple of years in my YouTube comment section that told me to shut the fuck up about Stu. And I'm going to say, suck it, Deborah. Told you. I'm half kidding. I'm kidding about the Jay part. Some people were dicks about it. Vinny Vincent said, I think Stu will help Sydney this time. That would be the twist. Like, I've heard that before, dude. I have heard that before. Like, if he comes back and this time she needs his help in some sort of way and he's a good guy and that's the twist. If it was written right, you could, if it's written great, you can do anything. I don't think I could ever handle that. Like, he saves her right before Ghostface kills her and he's like, I always had a thing for you, Sid. I don't know if I can go there. But anything's possible. Sean Higginbottom says, whoa, this is a woodshop class? No, but there is wood here. Tracy Plant says, I'm thinking something with the psych patient and some kind of hallucinations that makes them run. I don't know. This is all so crazy like that. And that's the thing too. Like, Stu can't be alive in as far as what everybody knows. Like, right? Like, Stu can't be a character who's been alive somewhere. We know he's supposed to be dead. If he's back and it's not a flashback, it has to be a fake death. I don't see any other way around it. And look, like I said in the last stream, Roman faked his death once. That's how all that Scream 3 unraveled. He once faked his death. He can't fake his death here because he had a bullet in his head. And that's what one hand, it scares me to making me think it's a flashback because he definitely died and he's back. On the other hand, it makes me think we're doing the new Nightmare thing. Like, I'm really, right now, I'm fucking really leaning toward the new Nightmare thing. Jacob, let's fucking go! Get it up! Love you too, dude. I'm so excited. It's like winning the Super Bowl, which will probably never happen for me in my team. But today it feels like that. It's like the movies, it's like the Scream Super Bowl. K, hey, Mike, it's K. I personally feel like the past killers are going to be a flashback, especially with Roman, Billy, and Stu. K is awesome. K is a supreme fucking Scream fan and one of the good-hearted ones that's not a piece of shit. I'm not saying most Scream fans. I'm talking like when you look at Twitter and the Melissa Brand and all that crap. K is wonderful and appreciate you, K. And also, you know, you might be right. It could be. It very much could be a flashback. Will I be disappointed? Yeah. I think I'd be pretty fucking bummed if this is just a flashback. Unless look at what they did with Halloween Kills. So if you look at Halloween Kills and how they recreated the original Halloween in the first act of that movie, it was so fucking good. Like the way they recreated the look and the feel and everything. And Michael looked so good. And Aaron Armstrong did such a good job. That kind of thing, if it was given room to breathe, and if that was the best way for us to get Stu back, if they really did a great job making it look and feel like that time again, and they gave it a nice amount of screen time to a flashback could feel fulfilling in that aspect. So maybe it wouldn't be the worst thing ever, but it feels like it would be disappointed as I sit here and breathe in front of you right now. But I'm not sticking to that, you know. Nick Mathis, thanks, buddy. He says, I don't think the announcement eliminates Stu as the killer. The first 80% of the movie could be confirmation on his death, only for the end to twist and fist everyone's expectations up the bumhole. I hate it when my expectations get fisted up the bumhole. I like just one finger softly, personally. But what? I think it's, dude, something else has to come out. Like, think about the first trailer for Scream 7 coming out and them not showing Stu or Roman or anything. Is it, in a way, it's genius marketing. Like, if they never show us in these first couple trailers any of these big names showing up in the trailer, and we're thinking, when the fuck are we going to know? What does it all mean, Basil? Like, where's it all going? Who's not going to show up? Who's not going to fucking be there? Like, all these people saying they're going to boycott Scream 7. My ass. Yeah, well, the sun never shined on my ass. You have to know, right? You have to know. If they're going to do that, I'm saying no fucking screeners. No, fuck the critics, fuck the press, fuck the festivals, fuck everybody. Don't you guys dare show that movie to anyone until the fucking 7 to 9 p.m. screening on Thursday night, the day it comes out, because you know it'll just be all over the internet. It'll be ruined for everyone. And I think they know that when it comes to Scream. That's why I'm so confused. Like, what are they doing? Where do you get those wonderful toys? Blake, I feel Jenna will be back too. Maybe Melissa. No, I don't think so, Blake. That'd be funny as fuck, though. That would be funny as fuck. How are the boycott Scream 7 people feeling right now? Can't feel good. I don't think Melissa will be back. Dude, talk about the ultimate surprise. Could you imagine this crazy shit? Like, what if they're like, we're going to announce Stu. We're going to tell you up front, all these people are going to come back. We're going to tell you all these things are happening, right? And then you don't even think about Melissa Barrera. Obviously, we know what's going on. The end of the movie, Ghostface goes to reveal his mask, and it's fucking Melissa Barrera. Are you kidding me? And let me be clear, like, I thought she was great. I thought she had she got a bad hand of cards in Scream 5. And people poo-pooed her, and I was like one of her most staunch supporters. I thought she did a great job. She was asked to fill a huge role in a stacked cast, and I thought she did well. And I thought the way when she killed Richie at the end of that movie, I thought that was her like coronation into this great character. And I thought she carried that through Scream 6 and did amazing. I hold 0% of what the psychotics on the internet have done in her name against her. But you know, that all is what it is as well. Like, you know, we won't even get into that. It's not even worth the time. That's just Twitter. It's not even real life. But I don't think she'll be back, but that would be wild. I would welcome it with open fucking arms, like Creed. With arms wide open. I would. Adrian says, new nightmare-ish plot. The cast reunites in 2026, the 30th anniversary. They start getting killed off. It could work. Kind of want the cult angle, though. Yeah, like, that's what we talked about. We've been saying the Stu cult angle for a long time. Now, I'm not beholden to that. I'm like, if you don't do it the way it is in my head, then you can go fuck yourself. I'm not doing that, but That seems like the funnest way to do it for me. But again, you want to be surprised. Also, imagine if they did like a convention sort of thing. Like if you're going to do the new Nightmare angle and you've got Skeet Skeet and you got Matthew Lillard and all these people and these amazing crowds that they amass at these horror conventions. Imagine the Scream Killer being at like a fucking Comic-Con or something like that. It ties into real life in a lot of crazy ways. It's a great setting for a horror movie. It's provocative. It gets the people going. That shit could work. Like that could be a really cool setting for a horror movie. I don't think that's what they're going to do, but it's fucking interesting, Adrian. Mr. Dolo Rosin says, I really hope it's not flashbacks. I don't want a CGI de-aging fest of a movie. I'm pulling for a new Nightmare. Look, there's a world where it's neither. There's a world where it's neither a flashback or it's not New Nightmare. There's a world where they really tightly write this thing and make it plausible, make it fit with the storyline, tie it into Scream 5 and 6 the way I was talking about. Obviously, I'm not Kevin Williamson. I'm not Guy Busick. I'm not a writer. You know what I mean? In that sense. So I can't come up with just, the super detailed way to do it. It just seems to me like there's an avenue. There's a will, there's a way to actually write this into and keep continuity in the Scream franchise and make it make sense that Matthew Lillard returns as Stu. So that's also a possibility. Like, I don't know. Let me put up a poll. I want to put up a poll for you guys right now, actually, because I'm going to try to word this in the best way that I can to make it make sense. And again, thank you guys for showing up. This was obviously spur of the moment. Like I said, we just got done filming a commentary. I didn't even know this was going on. My mind's blown right now. But let me ask you guys this. Which would you prefer? All right. New Nightmare scenario. Flashbacks. Prequel moments. That's sort of the same as flashbacks, but you get the idea. Or canon Stu Lives / Stu Cult. Like, which one of those is your preference for how they bring this back? And obviously we want to be surprised. Like, we don't want to know it all before we go. And that's not the point of a Scream movie. But maybe they just realized that was today's day and age. They're not going to be able to hide this. If you're going to get Matthew Lillard on the set of Scream, anybody fucking takes a picture from an airplane or Uber of Matthew Lillard anywhere in the parameter of the city they're filming Scream, it's going to be on Reddit in like 7 minutes. There's no way they're hiding that. Short of putting a fucking shroud on his head like he's Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible and pretending he's Job. Maybe they're just ahead of it, Jesse Deadeye says Drew Barrymore is Ghostface. Her motive is envy for dying too soon when she should have been the final girl all along. Hey man, Drew Barrymore could sell a ketchup popsicle to a woman in white gloves. Drew Barrymore is a great actress and she's so lovable and I love her and I would love nothing more than to see her in the movie. I don't think I'd want to see her be Ghostface, but I think it would be hilarious if she came back into the franchise and she's in the opening scene, but somehow survives. And then she's like one of the last ones left after dying in the opening scene of Scream. She's like actually one of the last actresses left. I think that would be a wild twist. Like, I apologize if the ice is in the microphone. This isn't the microphone I'm supposed to be using, but that could be crazy, dude. Cards 9393. And dude, like, look, imagine how great the Scream cast has been. Doing all the conventions. Drew Barrymore had Matthew Lillard on the Drew Barrymore show. Like, everyone really appreciates their time in this movie. And really, what's more of an ode to Wes Craven than the way that his spirit and all the things that he did keeps these people together? Like, the sweet guy that he seems like he was, and the way everybody talks about him, and the way Scream launched all these careers, for Kevin Williamson to be in the director's chair and possibly bring all these actors together again would just be the coolest thing, I just, man, I don't know. It could be fucking wild. Logan McKee says Maureen kill scene showing Roman, Stu, Billy. Plus, yeah, no, you're absolutely right, dude. That's why I put prequel in the questions. Like, there's a very good chance that that's what this is. Roman in Scream 3 explains that he had a hand in what Billy and Stu did. Watch a few movies, take a few notes. I know that was Stu, but still, like, he explains in Scream 3 he had something to do with that. Which, if you said that out loud on the internet today, People are like, that's the stupidest fucking plot I ever heard. Well, they put it in Scream 3 and it worked. It was actually a really good fucking reveal scene, really good dialogue and script that they had going on there. So they made that shit work, and it sounded crazy, but they made that shit work. Even in a movie that was as outlandish and silly as Scream 3, that was probably the best part of the movie, was not Roman's reveal and that whole thing in the final act. So that's a possibility as well, that whatever happens in the plot of this, it's all going back to Sydney, right? We're focusing on Sydney and her kids. And it's so possible, dude. Yeah, it's so fucking possible that there is a flashback sequence, and whoever the killer is or whatever the scenario is here, the movie needs to explain that by showing us Roman recruiting Billy and Stu, because it somehow ties into the plot of this movie. That's such a fucking possibility. It may be more realistic than the New Nightmare scenario. Okay, Mike singing Creed, yes, please. Oh, fuck. I'll do it all day and twice on Sundays, okay? I do it way too often, honestly. Banging my head on a Sunday morning, banging my head. Blake, I think Dewey will be back to Cox 2. Cox's big request. Oh, my God, you're right. Courtney Cox. How pissed was everybody? They killed off fucking David Arquette. They killed off Dewey. He didn't even... This is the saddest thing. Like, this puts me at a fucking crossroads with this scenario, man. I always joke, wrong kid died, should have been Gale rather than Dewey, just because what Dewey means to the franchise and how his character I felt like would have been way more important going forward. I love Courtney Cox, I love Gale, but like Dewey's character would have been way more important going forward to the franchise. He's very much so a glue. Whereas they could have killed off Courtney Cox's character, and I feel like it would have been the best thing for the franchise. Still love her. Bam, bitch went down. But so it makes so much sense, dude. David Arquette didn't want to die. He was upset. He was visibly upset. He went back to the hotel room. It was depressed. He didn't want to die. He didn't want his character to die. The whole scene between him and Gale in Scream 5, when he's all emotional, that shit was real. Like, he didn't want his character to die. They pretty much campaigned for his character not to die. And I really love Radio Silence and Guy Busick and what they did. And I think they did their best, and they did a really good job. It would have been really... Imagine, I know everybody likes to poo-poo 5 and 6 from time to time. But even if you didn't love those movies, you got to realize how easy it is to fuck a horror movie franchise up. They've done it all. Rob Zombie, a million Hellraiser films, Seed of Chucky, fucking every franchise has these just back-breaking sequels at times. And Scream has never fucking done that. Scream 3 was weird and fucking wild, and it still survived, and it was still, you can still find things to love in it. It never really jumped the shark. And this franchise has never done that. And I really appreciate what Radio Silence did with 5 and 6. I really, really do. But I also fucking hate the shit out of them for killing off Dewey. It was like the worst decision ever. I would have thrown a goddamn hissy fit in the office if that was me. I hate that decision. So if there's any way to go back in time and fix that, not only do I think they should do it, but I think that plausibly, but I think that everybody involved in those movies would have been on board. Every cast member would have been on board. Whatever you got to do to bring that man back, he fucking deserves it. This franchise deserves it. That's how I feel about that situation. Ghost Pirate, what's up, man? Great YouTube channel. Says, bro, I'm telling you, it's AI. Think about what is so in the news right now. They will be sending Sid videos as all the killers. Easily possible. Easily. And we talked about this with Roman in the earlier stream today. Do you know that Stu's coming back? Did you? He is. I told you. You didn't believe me, so get away from me. You didn't believe in me. No, what were we talking about? AI. Yeah, dude, 100%. And we even mentioned in the last one in Scream 3, it's also a possibility, and this would be fucking so disappointing. I can see them doing this with Roman. The announcement comes out, he's going to be in the movie. We're all confused. It's literally just the killer in this movie brings back the Ghostface voice changer from Scream 3. You remember, with all the different voices? And the Ghostface in this is either calling Neve Campbell, using Skeet Skeet's voice, using Matthew Lillard's voice, using Roman's voice, reminding her of all the people that wanted her to die. It's so plausible that that's all it is. It's just a voice actor cameo. It made sense with Roman. If you announce that, if you have this big fucking announcement for Stu and that's all it is, you're asking to be smacked in the fucking mouth. Right? It makes so much sense that that's what they would be doing. But for them to make this big announcement, I don't know. They did make it at fucking 9 and 8 o'clock on a goddamn Thursday night. That's weird. Stop doing weird Scream announcements, Scream, you fucking dicks. I got a fucking schedule to go by here. But I feel like it would be a fucking terrible, terrible press move for Expectations to announce all this shit and just have it be a voice or have it be an AI show up and pretend. But I do get what you're saying. The AI, it's in the news right now. It's a part of the cultural zeitgeist. I never know how to use that word. Hey, Mary, thank you. But yeah, that's where I'm stuck on. You're right. It makes sense. But it just feels mean if that's all it is. Nathan Carinder says it would be cool for Stu being the sole Ghostface for this movie, but there are flashbacks of Stu interacting with past Ghostface. Yeah, how about both? I like it, Nathan. Like, how about a bit of both? I enjoy that too. Like, yeah, you do a little bit of flashback Stu as well, explaining how we got to this point. I think you have to, right? If Stu's alive and we're going with the theory that Stu, it's canon, he survived or they faked his death or whatever, and he's doing a cult, whatever, he's still alive coming after Sydney. You could get a bit of both because they have to explain that, right? And this is what I said when I did that pitch video for how they could do Scream 6. I was like, this is my idea, but it would take a really special writer to do the dialogue right. You know what I mean? To really get in Matthew Lillard and Stu's voice and explain this all in a way that's plausible. That's not silly as fuck Scooby-Doo. Ironic because the Shaggy or whatever. But you could get a bit of both. You actually could see Stu in a flashback explaining how he lived. And by God, you better get it fucking right. And I know you will. I believe. But yeah, 100% you can get both. Melted 7. Thanks, buddy. He says, I think it'd be awesome to see a super brutal Ghostface in Scream 7, make the opening kill be Gale, and most of all, make Ghostface win somehow. We've talked about this a lot. I think one of the coolest things, oh my God, dude. Fuck, we might be right about this. Like, so, okay, we've talked about before, on one hand, it would be really interesting to see a Scream movie. And by the way, there was reports coming out from Scoopers that they're already working on Scream 8 a little while ago. Daniel Rickman, I think, posted they're already working on Scream 8. So this even adds to this crazy theory. But we've been talking about for a while, Scream needs to do something new, right? Something that would be pretty cool is if we actually got to the end of a Scream movie and Ghostface was not revealed and Ghostface won the day and got away, knowing there's going to be a sequel. We never see Ghostface. You always expect for the big reveal to happen. What if the end of the movie is just mean as fuck and they revert everything and they do what the original Scream did and they subvert all your expectations, and instead of the end being a reveal and all this shit, it's a graphic mean. I'm talking Casey Becker gutted, hanging from a tree while their parents are on the fucking landline crying and screaming, the cellular, you know what I mean? The cordless, mean. And you end the movie with that? Fucking, is Scream not back? Are you not shocking people again for the first time in the franchise in a while? All the movies have been good, but you haven't shocked anybody in a really long time. Would that not shock the shit out of the audience to walk out of a Scream ending that was as mean as the opening to the 1996 Scream? That fucking line cut and just scream in the fucking, holy shit, that'd be crazy. Now, that's what I'm saying, though. If you know Stu's the killer, yeah, you're telling us ahead of time, but you're also surprising us. How are you going to surprise us if we know who the killer is? We're going to surprise you because he's going to get the fuck away with it until the next movie comes along. That's fucking fascinating, dude. That's a really good point. I'm not sure if that's exactly what you meant, but that's where my brain went. Andrew Morris, twist. All the killers never actually died. Thank you, Andrew, by the way. All the past movies are just her living out what she wishes she would have done. I need a second. Okay, now I've grasped it. I don't think they would do that, Andrew. It's fucking, dude, that's interesting thinking for sure. I don't think they would do that just because, again, Kevin Williamson is not going to step on a single pinky toe of what Wes Craven did. He is not going to alter any of those movies in those kind of ways, for sure. But I get what you're saying, though. Like, as far as something that would subvert expectations and surprise people, I get exactly where your head's at. Melissa, hey, it's good to see you. Melissa says, I'm wondering if by getting Stu and Roman back, could this be the last Scream movie involving the original storyline? That's also a really interesting point. If you go, fuck it, we're going for broke. Listen, any detractor of Scream says the same thing. We know Sydney's not going to die. We know Sydney's not going to be the killer. It's the same tired storyline. It's over. Like, any detractor of Scream, I watch the shit till the day I die. I'm so nostalgic and I'm so in love with the realistic and fun world and dark world that Wes Craven created that I would watch just generic Scream sequels until the end of time. Happy as a pig in shit. Give us some cool kills. Give us some awesome Ghostface. Bring back Roger Jackson. We're fucking good, man. I don't even care. I'm happy that way. But I realize the general audience isn't. And maybe the general audience is starting to be like, all right. And we talked about this with Sydney because it's like this time her kids were in peril. So you're not going to have her being like, I'm bored. I'm, plot armor. You're never going to kill her. That adds a whole nother layer of suspense to it for sure. But you're right. What if they do that? What if they have plans for a Scream 8 or whatever? And they're like, let's go for broken this last movie. Let's fucking throw it all out there. Stu, whatever, Roman, anything goes. Royal fucking Rumble. Let's end it in a crazy note. That's also a possibility, Melissa. I see what you're saying. Blake, now say Joel McHale was a joke and Dempsey's back. I don't think it's going to happen. But dude, they are fucking so cheeky with what they're doing with this. And again, I want to remind you, Kevin Williamson's not a writer in this movie. He's just the director. Like, Guy Busick wrote the script as far as we know. Now they could come out and be like, oh no, Kevin Williamson gets writing credit too. But like, you got to give him credit how cheeky that was. We all Dempsey was in talks, and Dana Rickman, Scream Insider, said he added some context that he was like, what I've heard is that Dempsey was in talks, but there was a money issue. Basically, they lowballed him. He started to do it, but then changed his mind. And then they said, no, okay, we're not going to do it. So what do? Oh, she was married to a Mark. It just wasn't that Mark. That was that was pretty fucking smooth on their part. And if Dempsey didn't want to do it, then for that's what it was. But they're definitely being cheeky as hell with this one, man. So I wouldn't put anything past them. Marco says, what if the opening kills both Chad and Mindy? Total possibility. And then you could do that in a way that's like, God damn, that would be. See, I don't think they'll do it though. Like in my mind, I'm like, they could do this really mean, just like graphic fucking kill of Chad and Mindy, right? Chad survived 1,000 stabs in Scream 6. Mindy survived what would have been an amazing subway kill. She definitely shouldn't have survived that. If for nothing else than just how good the scene was, it would have carried such weight because it was one of the cooler kills in the Scream franchise. And they let her live and just like get off of a fucking gurney. Like, hey, what's up, dudes? I thought that was a mistake, but not every movie is going to agree with everything that you want. But like on one hand, I would think it would be so easy for them. It makes sense if this movie was like, all right, all that Melissa Barrera shit happened, Jenna Ortega, whatever. We're going to start this movie by being like, fuck those two movies. We're going to bring back Chad and Mindy and we're going to kill them off in the meanest, goriest way possible and let you know as the Scream 7 title drops, we're in a new era. That shit's done with, and we're doing this now. But I don't see Kevin Williamson as that kind of writer. He's not writing the movies, directing, I know. But like Guy Busick wrote the movies. He's a part of those movies. That's a part of what he created. He's not going to do some smart ass, fuck these people, kind of wink at the camera. Those movies can suck my dick sort of thing. Because he was a part of those. He put his heart and soul into those. So I don't see that happening, but I do think that could still be the opening kill. I'm just going to where my brain was originally. Nick Mathis says, get it up, baby. You put me on Hot Ones Pringles. Dude, those are so good. I haven't had one since because sometimes you eat them and then you wake up at 2 a.m. and you have to poop. But those Hot Ones Pringles are fucking delicious. Xavier Hamed says, Hayden Panettiere is a.k.a. Kirby Reed investigating Ghostface cult. Hope she comes back as an FBI agent. Right? That's at this point, like you almost have to expect Hayden Panettiere to be announced. She was great. It's Kirby. I feel like her as Kirby in 6 didn't quite feel like her as Kirby in 4. She had a little bit more spunk to her in 4. And maybe Kevin Williamson can bring that out a little bit more. It's understandable why she wasn't. It's been a while. There's a lot of stuff going on in those movies. But I would love to see Kirby back. I'm a personal fan of Kirby. Listen, man, I would love to see Kirby back. I'd love to see Melissa Barrera back, Jenna Ortega. Like, I don't think any actor or actress is bigger than this franchise because it's meant so much to so many people. It's a literal pillar of the fucking horror community. It's not just a movie. It's not just a franchise. It is a foundation of what horror is. Horror was in the fucking trash can in a lot of ways when Wes Craven made Scream. It's a special, special movie to thousands and thousands of people. And I just think that when you look at how awful the Weinsteins were with Dimension and all the awful things that they did to so many people in that franchise and so many other people around that same time in Dimension, it's so insane to me to look at all that and go, oh, well, that wasn't during this whole movement of what we're doing now. So that's okay. I'm still going to love Scream and Scream 2 and Scream 3. But they fucked over one actress here. So everyone else can just go like, this franchise needs to die because I'm upset that they did this one thing to this person. And I disagree with what happened to Melissa Barrera. I do. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the franchise has done a lot more good for a lot more people and brought a lot more joy into a lot of people's hearts than the people, the rich suits behind the scenes have. So I would love to see Melissa Barrera come back. I would love to see Jenna Ortega. I would really love to see Hayden Panettiere come back. I think the franchise doesn't rely on any of those people. I think the franchise is bigger than any character, Stu included. You know what I mean? But yeah, sort of a tangent there. But I'm just saying, I adore these movies so fucking much. There's not a single character in this franchise I wouldn't love to see come back. It's not like Halloween. As much as I adore Halloween, I don't want to see fucking Freddy come back from Resurrection. You know what I'm saying? But Scream has kept a certain level of value up with every single movie to a point where I love all of these characters. Ron Barker says he did say he'd be right back. It just took 29 years. Yeah, baby. Get it up. I did that literally earlier today. I was like, I'll be right back because my battery died. But it's a great line, man. Sean Sharkey said him coming back is okay, but it's no Sharon Stone. It's no Sharon Stone. Oh, man. God damn it. Dude, 666 people are in here right now. We're all going to hell. You're all going to fucking burn. Just want you to know that. We're all fucked. We're all going to die. And we're going to hell. I'm sorry to be the one to tell you that. Wrestling Old Head said open Scream 7 with Maureen death by Billy Stu Roman. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. Wrestling Old Head, it makes so much sense. I don't know if I'll be disappointed by it or not. Because if we get Stu back in some way, I got to be at least somewhat happy. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least I got to see it. And Matthew Lillard still got it. You saw he was the best part of Five Nights at Freddy's by a billion fucking galaxies. I always come back in that. You can even look at that as a nod. But dude, he's got something special that you can never recreate with any character ever. And look, dude, let me put it to you this way. Mikey Madison in Scream 5 was basically she was sort of the Stu of that movie in her own way. She was the wild card. She was off the hinges. She was crazy. She was the big surprise. She was very much, I'm not saying she's Stu, but I'm saying in that movie, she's the Stu type of character. There's a lot of Force Awakens type of callbacks, and she would be the Stewish character in that movie, right? Which makes it even more sense that she was the one claiming she did the kill that Stu actually did on Dewey in the hospital, but that's neither here nor there. She just won she just got nominated for an Oscar for Enora. Like, that good of an actress that can be nominated for Oscars and whatever, and all these types of awards and stuff. Where the fuck was I going? Oh shit, I forgot where I was going completely with that. Where the fuck was I going? I don't know. I think what I was trying to say was this franchise can breed some amazing performances and some scenery chewing and some awesome stuff. And you know, she came and went. This Oscar-worthy actress clearly came and went and had this shining bright role in this movie for a second and then was killed off in a heinous amount of ways using hand sanitizer of all things. And the franchise just clicked on. Just moved right on. The franchise always just moves right on. It's an amazing thing what they do with helping new actresses and actors get their name out there and giving people a chance to shine. I think it's a more special franchise than a lot of people realize. So I think that, would I be disappointed if that's all we got? If it was some sort of flashback, even if it was a prequel sort of territory, just because I so badly would love to see Stu come back as a cult to Stu. Yeah, I'd be disappointed. But it could still be fucking cool. And it's still a win at the end of the day. Still a huge fucking win. But you might be right. Melissa, has there been any confirmation that Roger Jackson's returning for this? I haven't seen anything official. He almost never does. Like, I've noticed that. It's almost like they just assume it. And I think we all just assume it. But he'll be back for sure. No, I'm good. Thank you, though. My wife's like, you've been talking for 7 straight hours. I didn't say anything bad about you. I was saying something. I said you're pretty. I said I love you. That's all I said. What? I didn't do anything. Where the fuck are we? Robin! There's no way. By the way, thank you guys so much for hanging out tonight and showing up for this. This is awesome. I'm having a blast. It's so cool to have this news come out and be so excited about it, and then have people to talk about it with, and just this is cool. Rob Barker says there's no way Williamson didn't do rewrites and refine the story to his vision. I'm sure due to Writers Guild rights, he can't be credited, but he had to have his hands all over that script. I don't know, dude. Like, I don't know. Like, Williamson's such a big name in that franchise and within the walls of those buildings. Like, I feel like if they needed to get his name on the script, they would, and maybe they still will. But he's been involved in so much shit over the years, you know, with the faculty. He's directed some shit. He's wrote a bunch of shit. H2O, the whole thing with that happened. I don't think he really cares at this point about credit or whatever. I think we might end up seeing his name be added, but you're right. It is weird to think that he would be the director and all these changes would have happened and all these old names coming back, and he would have no involvement in the writing or the story. I see what you mean. I fucking do. Jorge, thanks, buddy, says, I think Stu and Roman will be visions of Sydney. Or it could be that they give us Maureen's death. Kirby will have her own series. Yeah, dude. I think you're right. Whatever happens with the killer in this, whatever it ties back into, it's so plausible that it ends up just being sort of a prequel and them going back to tell that story. And again, it could be the same reason. Like, we're not going to get Matthew Lillard on the set and not have someone take a picture of it. There's no way we're going to hide it. We just have to announce it. And it could be just for that scene too. I mean, honestly, it makes a little bit more sense when you think about it, because they're like, hey, if it just comes out on its own, people are going to think we were trying to hide it, and they're going to assume he's a big threat in this movie. And if we just say it out in the front, then people won't be so disappointed. I fucking don't know. It's crazy. But look, hey, fucking Matthew Lillard's come back to the Scream franchise, and it's going to be as more just the voice underneath a chrome face ghost mask holding a flamethrower. We're winning no matter fucking what. It's house money, motherfuckers. It's house fucking money. Melted7 says, also to add the whole brutality thing, I mentioned Ghostface should wear the bloody Ghostface mask throughout the movie. I'm always like, I'm so weirdly like old school when it comes to the mask. Like, I really just love the old school white mask so much. But I would love a couple scenes. Like in 6, I dug the old crispy mask, but I'm like, I want the white mask most of the time. Wear something weird. It's a special night out. Like, you know what I mean? But I would love to see the bleeding Ghostface mask. That'd be pretty easy to do, though, to have it be plausible and just have someone's blood all over it during a penultimate scene as well. But they have sold a fuck ton of those. I know that. Adrian says the opening has Stu never in mask orchestrating his cults. Okay, let me go back to this in my brain. The opening has Stu never in his mask orchestrating his cult of Ghostface in a kill. Second act, he then loses control of a cult to Roman. Third act, he has a redemption arc to team up with Sid and turns babyface. That's a lot. This is a fucking Monday Night Raw episode on steroids. You're writing right now, Adrian, and I love you, but that would be fucking crazy. But who knows what they can pull off and what they can't pull off. Xavier Hamed, thank you, buddy, says, imagine Chad is partnering up with Kirby as FBI agents. Chad is an FBI agent. I think he's too silly. But Dewey was a cop, and Dewey's silly as shit. So, but I also don't think you can, while it'd be fun, I also just don't think you can add anybody else to the FBI. I think it was a little bit of a stretch to have even one character be like, I was stabbed in the stomach, so then I joined the FBI. I really love what they did with Kirby's character, though. I just don't think they had enough time to really flesh out how big of a deal that was, that she literally devoted her life to hunting Ghostface, which, by the way, also ties into A Cult of Stu. And let me also say this, by the way, I think that Radio Silence and that whole team and Guy Busick and James Vanderbilt and all of them are smarter than they're given credit for. When you look at the how smart and funny movies like Ready or Not were and the underlying aspects of Abigail, these people are very, very smart. And they had some fun arguments like in interviews, and even Guy Busick talked to me about it for a second about like some of them liked the idea of Stu being alive. Some of them didn't. They purposefully let that thread hang in Scream 6. I wouldn't be that fucking surprised if they had like an A and a B scenario. Like they had, let's leave this option open for if we wanted to say this was all a cult of Stu all throughout, or if we didn't want to go that crazy with it, say, this is just this story over here. I think that it's a very possible situation that they left trapdoors open throughout 5 and 6 that could, if they wanted to, and if everything worked out, because we didn't even know if Sydney was going to come back, make this a cult of Stu. I think that they're smart enough to do that. Lucy 84, thank you so much, appreciate it. Marcus Deadlock 616 says it's funny how people complain that Scream 5 and 6 were too fan service. It's interesting to see how now it's awesome for Scream 7 becoming all fan service. Look, if you were talking to a person right now, don't you talk to me like that, Hella. If you were talking to, look at this piece of shit. You should be ashamed of yourself. Hey, look at me when I'm talking to you. Whoa. I don't know if you could even see her there, but what were we talking about? My dog's like right in my face right now, so I can't think. No, if you were talking to somebody who was like complaining about the fan service in Scream 5 and 6, I would totally understand, but I never minded it personally. I love the deep lore ties back into Gail. And again, I want to remind you, how personal was that phone call to Gail in Scream 6? The things that he said to her were mean as fuck. They significantly tied back into Scream 1. I like the fan service callbacks. And I'm a person who's not a big fan service guy. Like I can't stand it when that happens in a lot of situations. But with Scream, man, it's such a legendary thing with what Wes Craven created and the threads of it all that it really doesn't bother me. But there are those who complained about it. But to be fair, those might be the same people who wouldn't like what they do with this. And I hope they don't. Like, listen, it is very important if they bring Stu back and they do this whole thing that they do it tight. They write it fucking solid ass tight, and it doesn't feel like fan service. I totally agree with you there. I want it to feel natural, man. You know what I want it to feel like? And I might be asking for too much here. I want it to feel like a 1996 fucking film. One that's not going by, all these fucking constant needs to feel nostalgic and to feel like Stranger Things or this or that. I would love for it to feel like an original film. What gives me hope, again, it's Kevin Williamson. That's what gives me the most hope in the whole world. I'm not saying everything he's directed has been perfect. Teaching Miss Tingle was a fucking mess, but there's still had fun moments in it. But like, he gives me hope that he can pull it off because he's the 90s dude, back when they made fucking movies. Gang One says, what if they play their real selves? New Nightmare. That's what I've been saying, Gang One. You must have just came on late because that was my biggest point in the beginning of this. If you want to go back and watch it, I think that's put a gun in my head. That's what I think we're doing. I think that's happening right now in front of our fucking face holes. Because again, this is the 7th entry. New Nightmare was the 7th entry. Kevin Williamson directing, an ode back to Wes Craven. All the crazy stuff with the cast, everything is pointing to us. New Nightmare Scream, where a real life person, especially with the crazies out there right now, a real life person hunting down the cast of the original Scream films. Scary Me, I feel Chad and Mindy are expendable without Melissa and Jenna. I would say that Chad and Mindy are in a way expendable when you bring back all these characters and all these big names and everything, for sure. But I don't think it's because Melissa and Jenna aren't there. I think Melissa Barrera is an underrated actress, and I think she's great. And I think Jenna Ortega, obviously, she's beloved for so many fucking reasons. That being said, this is going to sound weird. Scream franchise doesn't need them. The Scream franchise is its own thing. It doesn't need that. You know what I mean? Like, it's welcome. It's cool. But they're not needed. I don't think they carried 5 and 6. I think the story and the love for the films that came before it are what carried Scream 5 and 6. I think they did a great job, but I do not think that that those two actresses were by any means the reason those films were successful. And I think that's fair to say both, but I still think they both did great. Jigs just took another bong rip. My mom and dad are going to be so mad at me because I'm feeling a little woozy over here. Stu. I fucking love it, Jigs. Hell yeah. I love it so much, I forgot that this apple juice was sitting over here. Lee, you motherfucker. You're too kind to me, buddy. You're too kind to me and Jay both. He says, Mike, good to see you, brother. The new motor will be at the shop tomorrow. Can't wait to get it back in 2 weeks and hope Scream 7 is good. Get it up, baby. Dude, this man has a beautiful truck, but he's got an even more beautiful heart. I love you, Lee. You're the fucking best, dude. I'm psyched to hear it. I'm psyched to hear it. Send us pictures of the awesome truck when it's done, bro. Freddie Felt 313 says, Stu kills Sid in the opening scene. It's a dream. Ooh. Ooh-wee. Damn, dude. That's so fucking possible. But I remind you, they're bringing back Roman too. Stu has got to be connected to Roman. There's no way they would just like two like completely different adjacent parts of the franchise be like, well, because of this part, we're bringing back Roman. Because of this part, we're bringing back Stu. Those two things have got to tie together, right? They gotta. Otherwise, it's two wild and crazy kids, especially with the plot focusing on Sydney and everything. So they tie together. Whatever Stu's doing here, it has to have something to do with Roman. But maybe Roman has something to do with that dream too. Maybe it's literally a dream where Stu and then she goes through Roman or wherever. I'll be so fucking pissed. I'll be so fucking pissed if this is all a goddamn dream sequence. Freddie, you motherfucker. Swaggy P says, hot take, I think Scream 7 might end up being top 3 in the franchise. Dude, it's feeling a little bit crazy, isn't it? Like you're getting that feeling. Like if you're a fan of an NFL team that sucked for a long fucking time, but they start hitting their stride and you're like, boys, could this be our year? I'm starting to get that fucking Super Bowl kind of feeling. I don't know. Probably get disappointed like I do every year with the Packers, but I'm starting to get that special kind of feeling. This could be a special season. Like I was already excited for Scream 7. I already thought it was going to be a success. I'm starting to think this could be fucking special, but now my hopes are getting up, and then I start worrying about getting hurt. How hurt am I going to be if it doesn't work out the way I want to? Fuck. This is crazy, dude. Akuma Save Tekken says, what are you drinking? Looks like Flint water. All right, so here's what we got going on here. Can I give you guys a rundown? I got an apple juice light from the cold mountains of Colorado. Lime. Rhymes with tequila. This is apple juice. It's good for you. It's got a lot of carbs, sugars, electrolyte water with Kool-Aid juice in it, electrolyte water with not Kool-Aid juice in it, empty glass, sriracha sauce. My desk is a fucking mess. It's been a week. All right. It's been a fucking week. Papa Hades says, Stu will live on. Also, Mike, when the fuck are we getting Wham jockstrap underwear? Wait, what? Hey, again, I want to remind you, there is a Stu Lives t-shirt that we have created that someone told me they were wearing to meet Matthew Lillard. And he was like, that shirt's cool. I tweeted him and was like, let me get you one of those shirts. Matt didn't answer me. And that's all right, because he's a busy guy. He's making Scream 7, apparently, which no one fucking thought was going to happen except for us. No one. They said, move on, Mike. Move on. You're gaining weight. You're getting older. And Stu's not coming back. But here we fucking sit, don't we? Here we sit on January the 30th, 2025 at 10:39 p.m. Here we sit in Deadline. Just fucking announce that Stu's coming back. So suck me beautiful. As they say in also 90s movie, Cruel Intentions. Stu's back, bitch. Told you. I fucking told you. I'm going to talk my shit, Vale. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do it proudly. I'm going to do it so proudly. Sometimes you eat shit. Sometimes you eat shit. And then sometimes you say, I'm going to give you that shit back. Simon said Stu will not be returned. I'm probably still getting it. People probably still like, nah, you're a piece of shit. Hey, flashback or not, the saying wasn't Stu lives in a flashback. Stu lives in a dream. It was just Stu lives. And Stu fucking lives. It's truth. Take it in. Breathe it in. Soak it in with your fucking eye holes. Suck on it a little bit if you want to. I don't give a fuck. We were right. Stu is here. Stu lives. And fucking Lee, you son of a bitch. Dr. Chalice, Dr. Loomis need to chill with his anger. I know he's mad about Michael Myers, but damn, he needs to change his underwear and drink extra Asian tea. At least Dr. Chalice is chill as heck. Beers, Cheers, Boilermakers, for the, you know what? If I was Dr. Chalice, I'd agree with you. I don't know where the fuck I was going with that, Lee. Yeah, you know what? Dr. Loomis wears turtlenecks when no one's looking, and that's why he's so fucking uptight. Because no one who wears a turtleneck is relaxed. Those things, they choke you, you know? Like he would like to choke Michael. I love you, Lee. You're the fucking best, dude. Teleworker says, Stu lives. The gods have spoken. Gladiator 2. The gods have spoken. And they have. And I'm fucking entertained. I'm fucking so goddamn excited right now. Anthony Freeman says, Mark Consuelos being the killer would definitely subvert expectations. All the cameos, AI, commentary on online superfans, legacy media. We are the cult of Stu. It's all possible. Anything is possible. Everyone's a suspect. Dude, AI, superfans, the Psycho Barrera people, fucking legacy media. Yeah, dude, anything. All of it. It's the timing has never been more right for a Scream 7. It's never been more fucking right. It's never been fucking right. Nick Mathis says, makes me wonder if Roman was still a big part in that original Scream 3 script alongside Stu before it got changed. Ooh. I don't see how he could, because again, we saw him take a bullet in the fucking head, right? But, and you just made me think of something else, Nick. You just made me think of something else, buddy. Yes, Stu lives tonight. So let's say this. Let's say there is a possibility out there where Stu is still alive, death faked, parents hit him, we stay canon. But you also bring Roman back into the situation because Roman is who taught him, right? Who got them to kill Maureen and all that shit. Roman, as we know, faked his fucking death, right? He knows how to fake his fucking death. We could just see a quick flashback to Roman showing Stu how to get it done. And that leads into Stu eventually faking his death after Scream. Both can be true. Both can be true. Nick, you fucking genius. Look what you've done. Blake, first teaser trailer in front of I Know What You Did Last Summer. Holy shit, dude. Blake, that's fucking genius, dude. That is genius. Imagine, God damn it, the nostalgia, the meta, the all of it. I love it. Goddamn genius. Goddamn genius. Lee, I wish Dewey was still alive. Can we pretend Scream 2022, and Scream 6 don't exist? Yeah, me too, dude. I don't think they'll do it because, again, Guy Busick wrote this. He wrote those. He obviously feels, I don't think he would do that, but I will say this. There was only one way Dewey's coming back. And we haven't even talked about that. We haven't even considered that. We haven't thought about it. There's only one way Dewey's coming back. And you know what it is. And it's New Nightmare. It's New Nightmare Scream. And if they do New Nightmare Scream, which I still think is top 3 possibilities for what's going on here, especially since they announced both Roman and fucking Stu on the same day, I really think that New Nightmare is a strong possibility. That means Dewey's coming back too. There's no fucking way in shit toast that they bring back everybody else and don't bring back Dewey. Good God. Now, here's the downside of that. Here's the only downside to New Nightmare. It could, God damn it, it could work. It could fucking work. And not only could it work, but you could make New Nightmare. So I'm talking on both sides of my mouth here. Because what I was thinking for a second was the only problem with New Nightmare is you can't do a sequel. You can't continue after New Nightmare, right? Probably. Because once you start killing off real actors and actresses, it gets kind of sticky. It gets kind of hard to continue with fiction at that point. But why not do both? Jesus Christ, why not fucking do both? If you do New Nightmare, which again, for those of you who may not have been here earlier, would be the same thing as Wes Craven's New Nightmare on Friday with Nightmare on Elm Street. If a real killer in real life started hunting down the Scream actors and actresses in real life, which means you could bring back all the Scream actors and actresses. My original thought was, how do you do a sequel to that? But you don't fucking have to. You do one film. You play it out through fruition. You pretty much redo Scream however the fuck you want to. And then Scream 8, you just go right back into fiction. You just go right back into fiction. And really, if you want to, you don't even have to pick up off the Core 4 or Sydney or any of that shit. If you want to, if you New Nightmare 7, Scream 8 can have a brand new fucking cast, and they could be recreating the killings off of what happened in Scream 7. The possibilities are endless, as Cable Guy once said, Jim Carrey. And Chow said, Card said, "You hit me with the phone, dick." Chow, they announced Jamie Kennedy next. How are we feeling? Feeling fucking good, dude. Jamie Kennedy. Look, Jamie Kennedy would come back, and that fans would want that. That's one of the most upset fans have been. Him, Jamie dying, Dewey dying, right in the same thing, So 100%. 100%. That would definitely happen, dude. The next few days are gonna be so interesting. Listen, if we get a fucking Dewey announcement, if we get a Dave Arquette announcement, if we get a Jamie Kennedy announcement, if we start to get a couple more of these announcements in the next couple days, and I think we might, it's fucking on. It's New Nightmare. That's what they're doing. It's gotta fucking be. It's gotta fucking be. One Good West says, who'd be the killer in New Nightmare? That's a fucking great question. What do you guys think? What do you guys think in the chat? Like, if they did New Nightmare, who do you think would be the new Scream killer? God damn it, dude. That's a really good question. You hush your mouth. I'm really thinking about it now. It really could be anyone. It could. Randy makes sense to me. Like, Randy, if it was real life, Randy makes sense for sure. Harvey. Harvey's pretty fucking funny. Yeah, dude. A lot of people say Lee, I'm with you, dude. Dewey dying broke my fucking heart. I hated that. I really hated that. And I kind of hope that it turns out that it was Stu, because it would at least have more meaning to it to me. Tatum. Oh my God. If they wanted to, they could bring back yeah, they could do. I guess if they wanted to, they could bring back Rose McGowan for sure. Jamie Kennedy. Yeah, dude. Drew Barrymore. That would be funny as fuck. Someone mentioned that earlier too. That would be wild. A lot of Randy's. Kevin Williamson. Dude, that's super Shredder from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles meta. Kevin Williamson was the goddamn killer. That's his meta as being like, it was Michael Myers. It was actually a secret entrance into the fucking Halloween franchise. Parker Posey. Dude, she would have a great reveal. Parker Posey would have an amazing Ghostface reveal. She's so good. Roger Jackson. Dude, that's hilarious. Roger Jackson pissed that he isn't paid as much as the actors, even he's the voice of Scream. The motive is fucking built in. There's no dude. Yes. Cotton. And dude, how good of an actor is he? Right? Lee Shriver's an amazing actor. Him coming back as fuck, that might be my, like, what I would want. If Liev Schreiber was playing Liev Schreiber in a Scream New Nightmare movie as the fucking killer, I feel like this is a whole video. Like, I feel like there needs to be some deep thought put into this, and I need to make a deep video about it, because that's a fantastic idea. If a New Nightmare happened, who would be the fucking killer is crazy. David, I don't think it would. I don't think it would disrespect Craven. I think Craven would fucking love that idea. I mean, he's the guy who did New Nightmare, you know? I think he'd really enjoy that. Dude, Liev Schreiber could be a great fucking Ghostface. You want to talk about something that would piss off the entire fucking world? Is if Dermot Mulroney was the fucking killer. Like, people were pissed about it being the killer in Scream 6. I loved it, personally. I like it when my Scream killers chew the scenery and go crazy, but you know how funny it would fucking be? People would be so mad. You go all the way to Scream 7 and you do this whole crazy plot and it's just him again doing the same crazy shit. God damn, that'd be fucking funny. Oh, Lord. You know what? No one's saying the correct answer. The correct answer is, oh, you fucking beat me to it, Dolo. It's Henry Winkler. Henry Winkler coming out as the fucking, you know what the problem is with your generation? with the fucking scissors. Henry Winkler would. That was what I was gonna say. You beat me like by like 2 seconds to it. Tori Spelling be fucking great. That's a good one, Marco. I love it. Oh man, these are some crazy fucking ideas. Crazy ideas. Like Adrian's right. Like talk about shocking, absolute shocking. But I also feel like, okay, so if you did this whole New Nightmare thing and we got Matthew Lillard back and we got Skeet back and we're doing this whole fucking crazy thing, the only thing to me is if at the end of that for Ghostface to pull off his mask and it's Jenna Ortega or Melissa Barrera, who we haven't seen on screen the entire time, granted, the twist would be fucking legendary. Like no one would have seen that coming. But also, I feel like it would almost get too movie 43-ish, you know? Like, I think we're stepping a little too outside the lines. It would almost feel like a Naked Gun type of situation. Yeah, dude. Forza Sunday. Heather Longcomb. Johnny Depp as Edward Scissorhands. I'm too late for this shit. Oh, fuck. Sydney's dad. Like, everyone has been waiting for Sydney's dad to be the killer for a really long time, Jake Schuster. That noise you hear in my mouth is not because I've had too much to drink. It's because I've talked too fucking much. My mouth is getting super dry, to be honest with you. Maybe a little bit of both. Who knows? The cheerleader from Scream 1. Oh, but no, Steve, dude. Steve from Scream 1. Dude got a bad fucking rap. His girlfriend, all right, was flirting with the fucking dudes who not only gutted him, but were hitting on his girlfriend while he was tied up on her back porch. And you remember the line? She's like flirting with him and shit until he got like mean. And then she's like, my boyfriend's big and he plays football and he'll kick your ass. Right? She flirted with that motherfucker before that. And poor Steve had to sit out there with his hands tied behind his back, listening to his girlfriend flirt with some random fucking dude who called her phone. Like one of the worst deaths you can imagine. Poor Steve. Ghostface was right. I mean, I think he felt for him in that, but poor Steve. That's an awful situation to be in. Steve is my vote for that, for sure. It's Corey Feldman. Dude, fuck you, Colton. Dude, that's the funniest fucking scenario I could possibly imagine. Okay, now I have to show it to you. Oh, that's too much, dude. I can't do it, Colton. Fuck you, dude. That was too good. If you guys don't know, you're about to find out. So, all right. I don't know if the headphones all fucked up here. We're doing this though. We're showing what this would feel like. Okay, so Ghostface is revealed, right? It's the end of the movie. Ghostface lifts up his mask, and this is what happens. You're a beautiful soul, but no one knows it. True, we all have sadness. I'm the comeback king. I am missing nothing. If you're going to swing, you better make it sting, cause I'm the comeback king. I get this. It's fucking Corey Feldman. I'm the comeback. You broke me, dude. That's fucking too much. Oh god, you made my dog cry. That's how funny that shit is. There's just one more time. I'm sorry. It's too good. Like Ghostface is like, surprise, Sydney, and then he lifts up his mask. I'm the comeback king. You know what I mean. When I'm gone, it's end of scene. Like a blank screen, you can never count me. Oh shit. Thank you, Colton. I fucking have abs now. Okay. Brandon Taylor says it's going to be Sharon Stone. Just no Sharon Stone. Just no Sharon Stone. Steve Y says, calling now, Stu is alive and it will be revealed in a flashback scene with Roman that Stu was the second killer in Scream 3. Oh, okay. Like you could do that. That's a really good point, dude. You could absolutely fucking do that. That is a very good possibility that no one's mentioned yet. Yeah, no, I completely get what you're putting down there. That makes sense. Card says Cindy's boyfriend Scream 2. He's way too nice. Yeah. Listen, I think we all thought poor Jerry O'Connell was the killer in Scream 2. They led us that way. They really did lead us down that way. But would you be disappointed though? Like if it was just some random ass character from one of the previous Scream movies that was just like in the background? Like remember the dudes who were Billy and Stu's friends who we just saw kind of like hanging out at the party or whatever? It was like, when do we see Jamie Lee's breasts? I know that wasn't them, but like hanging around all the time in the background. If it just turned out to be one of those random actors from the movie, that would be so disappointing, but so hilarious also that could tie it back in there that deeply. Lee, you motherfucker. Thank you so much, dude. What are you looking at me like that? What's wrong? Is the house on fire?
No, do you need it?
No, I'm good. Thank you. Lee, dude, thank you so much, man. Lee's a fucking prince. That's what he is. He's a fucking prince, and we should all just listen. For the channel, you and Jay are amazing. I'm forever grateful to have you both in my both. And the phone that Billy hit Stu with needs to return. I see what you're doing there. I do. You hit me with a phone, dick. Lee, we're fucking lucky to have you, dude. You're too fucking kind to us. We love you so much, man. Thank you, dude. Thank you. Seriously. Lee's the fucking best, dude. That guy's a fucking prince. Cause I'm the comeback king, back king. Know what I mean? We're getting too stupid. We're getting too stupid. Oh my God. What a night. What a night. Thank you, Sean Gilman. I don't know if your name's Sean. I'm just going to call you Sean. That's what I'm going to call you from now on. Listen, it's so fucking amazing that all you guys showed up tonight. This is crazy. Just to give you like a quick rundown of the day today, right? I had an article for a website that I was working on. I woke up. I took my kids to school, 7 a.m. this morning. Took them to school, got home, sat down. I wrote a very long article. Got that done about noon, right? Got that done. Started working on a video. Literally pressed upload on that at 3 p.m. and ran out of the house. Went to see Companion with my daughter. Got out of the movie theater, turned on my phone, saw that Roman was back. Drove home with my daughter, did the live stream for the Roman thing. Got off the live stream with the Roman thing. Me and Jay filmed our Patreon commentary for Alien Romulus. Got off the commentary for Alien Romulus and then found out that fucking Stu was back. By the way, can we just say that one more time tonight? Get it up! Fucking Stu is fucking back. My mom and dad are going to be so mad at me. Stu's fucking back. That's actually a real thing that happened. I feel like I'm living on a fucking different place. My battery and my camera's not even dying. The world's a fucking weird place right now. And then here we are now. That's the day. From eyes open 7 a.m. to now. It's been a fucking Thursday, boys and girls. It's been a fucking it's been a good day. And you guys helped me cap it off in the best of ways. Yes, Daisy, anything is possible. I'm not going to do the Kevin Garnett scream because the kids are sleeping, but I could. I just want you to know internally, I'm doing the Kevin Garnett fucking anything is possible scream right now. And I even thought that was annoying when he did it. Jimenez says a direct sequel is what the franchise needs badly. But the thing is about a direct sequel is that Kevin Williamson's never going to do that to Wes Craven. And Scream 2 was so fucking good, you know? Even if you don't like 3, 4, 5, and 6, it's fine. I love them, but it's fine. But there's no way in fuck you can get rid of 2. It's too good. It's too good. And 3 and 4, you know, they were done by Wes. Kevin Williamson's never going to agree to that. They would never. Companion is good, by the way. Do not watch the second trailer. His name is Joey. Do not watch the second trailer. Even if you have seen the second trailer, Companion's still good. it's good in that way that it's like just a fun movie where like crazy shit happens and you enjoy it. It's not a horror movie. It's never, ever, ever going to scare you. It's not scary in the least. I mean, it's a horror movie in many ways, but not in the way that it's a scary movie. It's just an entertaining. It kind of feels like a movie that you would have watched in the 90s when they just made thrillers for fun. But I really enjoyed it. It was a well done film. And Sophie Thatcher is fucking amazing. Lee the Machine Bowers, and also, by the way, Richie was great in the movie too. Lee the Machine Bowers says Doofy returns in his blue underwear and his vacuum. I told you not to bother me when I'm cleaning my room. Jay and I smoked a cigarette with the actor who portrayed Doofy in at Scarefest a couple years ago, as we call it Shitfest now. But wonderful guy, cool dude, nice dude. And he was actually in full Doofy outfit as we smoked a cigarette with him outside. It was fucking crazy. Told you not to bother me when I'm cleaning my room. And you know what? Yeah, Doom Turkey. I watched Carry On too. It was all right. It was a nice throwback to the 90s for sure. Oh my goodness. I love you guys. I love you guys. This has been as fun as shit. And I don't know how else to possibly explain to you how fucking no, you know what? I'm not done because I just want to say it one more goddamn time. I just want to go on the internet and I want to scream. I want to grab people by their fat faces and I want to say, cherish it. Cherish it. Stu is fucking back. Do you guys understand that we're doing this right now? This is where we are in the world. This is happening on the internet between each other. Stu is fucking back. Stu fucking lives is real. We're doing this. This is happening. We were right. We won. What the fuck? This is crazy. Holy shit. Thank you, Troy. Appreciate you, buddy. Jake says, new nightmare version of Scream, but have Anna Faris and Officer Doofy as the ghost faces to set up a new scary movie. Do you realize we're also getting a fucking scary movie in 2026? Scary movie's coming back in 2026. The pendulum of the world is starting to swing. You know what? It's kind of like, you know what it feels like if I had to put it into song? That's kind of what it feels like when you put it in the song. It kind of feels like we're the comeback kings. Oh, God. It's true. We won. Fuck them. We won. Just do it. That's fucking... Someone's going to make that shirt, dude, and it's going to make so much money. So much money. Just do it. It's a fucking great shirt. That's a good idea, too. Get it up. Get it up. Yeah, we fucking did it, guys. Stu's back. Suck me beautiful. Stu lives. And that's not to you. That's to anyone who doubted us. And also, it's not to them either. That's okay, too. Brandon Rubinio says, did you guys see that? I just went full fucking AI. Brandon Rubino says, a cult means anyone can be a ghost face for any reason, and thus anyone can be a victim. This allows for future sequels without the need for Sid. Yeah, like, if there is a cult, they're going to carry on. A cult just doesn't stop culting. You know what I mean? You don't go, oh, we accomplished Heaven's Gate. Did they make it to the spaceship? I don't know. What should we do now? I guess we should keep fucking culting. Let's get some more white Nikes out, and let's get this shit going again. You don't just stop, you know? It could go on forever, and Scream should go on forever. Because the thing about Scream that people don't realize is that it could evolve into whatever you want it to evolve into. I think that Scream could always provide a commentary on what's going on in horror, what's going on with human beings. And it could always just add to the realism of horror in a special way. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know. At this point, I don't know. I hope it lives forever. And by the way, just do it. Stu lives. I love you fucking guys. Good night, everybody. I'm gonna go. Got it. Yeah, we're gonna get those Stu Lives shirts. They're in the store down below. We're probably gonna make some of our own as well. So hey, this dog has been begging for some fucking Scream time. Can you just oh my god, what the fuck is on you?
Just went outside.
Why are you so wet?
Just drink water.
You're so slobbery. It's disgusting. Yeah, you hit me with the phone, Dick. We love you guys. Thanks for hanging out tonight. This has been fun as shit. Did you believe that Stu was coming back? I think she did. That was disgusting. That was fucking gross. Oh, God. What the fuck was that? You know what? That's enough. No speaking lines for you. DJ Graham says Ghostface is catching up with the number of movies. Excuse me, I'm going to throw up. Ghostface is catching up with the number of movies Freddy has, which is 9 if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, dude. And the difference between Ghostface and Freddy is that all the Ghostface movies are good. I'm kidding. I love Freddy. Freddy's Dead's a piece of shit. That was so gross. Yeah, you got a point there. Oh, it's catching up with it. What did someone say? Someone said something that we were going to do. I forgot what it was. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's Maybelline. I don't know. I love you guys so fucking much. Thank you guys for hanging out tonight. I have dog slobbered literally in my eye. I'm probably going to get like pink eye. That's how you get pink eye, right? I don't know. Oh, the poll. Thank you. Thank you. In the poll, which would you guys prefer? Jesus Christ, there's dog slobber in my fucking eye holes. Which would you guys prefer? I love it. I love you guys so fucking much. I can't contain it in my heart. Which would you guys prefer? You guys say the canon Stu Lives, Stu Cult, 61 whopping fucking % is the number one answer, which I completely agree with, as we've talked about. Second, I also agree with you. The New Nightmare scenario would be the second best. Third, flashbacks at 11%, 7% at prequel moments. We're in the same boat. We're in the same boat. And we're in the same fucking boat. Yeah. And by the way, which is one more time. Get it up, baby! Stu fucking Lives. Suck my fucking dick. Told you.